Okay, so for our first segment about hip hop versus the internet, the first thing we're going to talk about is the prehistoric times, what was going on way back when. So basically, we're going to first talk to my boy Kev and ask him, like, Kev, back in the days when you used to listen to hip hop music or, get information, how did you get it? Was it from TV, word of mouth, newspaper? Like, where the hell did you get your info from?
We magazines, but everybody didn't have the funds to go get the mag. You know what I'm saying? We had to go buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go buy shit. So you had to go search the magazine out. Wherever they sold it. Then everybody didn't sell. Everybody didn't sell like the Source, or you know what I'm saying, like Vibe. Them were the two biggest ones, the Source and Vibe. That's how we found out about what was popping. Then we had our Rap City, BT, you know what I'm saying? That's the MTV Raps, so that's how we found out about everything. That's how we found out about what music was rocking, who we should listen to. And then after that, after somebody had an initial video, that's how we found out, like, man, I need to buy that album.
Mm-hmm. So that was my next question. How did you find out what was good and what was bad?
Yeah, from the videos, because it was all about the videos. You know what I'm saying? We watched Rap City and MTV Raps. That was it. So we watched the video. Then when we see like somebody like say, I'm just gonna give an example. Somebody like say Pete Rock or CL Smooth. We saw the video. He's like, oh shit, that shit dope. But we only had one out. We only had one track that we knew about.
Yeah.
So then we had to go buy the album to listen to the rest of it. So that's how we peeped it. We was like, okay. Then you had to go venture out and look for it. But then you wasn't guaranteed you was gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? So shit was, especially because we in the South, shit was hard to find. So, that was what it was. We had to go look for it. We had to go purchase it. And then if one of you was lucky, one of your homeboys had it, you could listen to it.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So if something was bad too, that's pretty much the same way you found out. Word of mouth.
Yeah, you was like, okay, that shit sucked.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question, because me and my friends used to do this sometimes. Sometimes, say like 2 or 3 albums came out, they were dope at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like one of us would go buy each album of each, mm-hmm. and then we dub the shit and then trade off like that. Did y'all do that too?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. Yep. Because back then you only had maybe like a certain amount of money to buy one album or whatever.
You went and brought the one album, and then you tell your homeboy, okay, you get this one because I got that one.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we traded off.
Right.
Albums or CDs or tapes or whatever.
Okay.
That's how we got it in.
Okay.
And then like you said, we made dubs, we made copies.
Yeah. Bet. So Jalen, how you get your information about, what's good and what's bad right now, what to listen to?
Well, first, I grew up in a 106 and Park area where you used to sit down and watch TV and BT come on, you see all the music videos come on and stuff like that. And then we got into the streaming service like Spinnerella, YouTube, all that stuff came out. So now we fast forward to now you got Apple Music, all that stuff, Google Play. So now we can download all the albums, even old albums, for streaming service. So it's way easier now because you ain't gotta buy CDs. So you feel me? You just all you gotta do is just plug your phone up.
So what streaming service do you use right now? Like what's your service of choice?
Apple Music. So Apple Music.
What about you?
I do Amazon Music.
I'm on YouTube. And let me ask both of y'all a crazy question. Like when streaming first became prevalent, did y'all just get on the internet and just go crazy and just download everything y'all could, like y'all can, or did y'all just kind of take it slow, or was it viruses, or what did y'all do?
You gotta understand this generation of music for streaming. So streaming came about because of the artists.
Okay, I'm sorry, I kind of jumped ahead. Okay, first I guess it was where you could download the music.
Yeah.
like LimeWire and stuff.
Yeah.
Napster.
Okay, yeah. That came about, and then it was the streaming. Like,
Yeah.
okay, did you do the downloading first? Did y'all do that first? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We used to burn CDs.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That,
Everybody did.
yeah,
that.
there you go. Yeah.
Burn CDs.
But then we got on Napster. Napster was a thing for a little while.
hmm
Yeah. But Napster would run up your bill too if you stayed on that bitch too long.
Yeah, because you had to pay the internet bill.
That's right.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people went crazy on that stuff. Like, I remember people asking me to make them mixtapes and burn CDs and burn this and burn that. You know what I'm saying? You'd be up all night, like you said, just, you know what I'm saying, watching a little bar fill up and all that.
Low and slow.
Yeah, like, it was crazy. You might catch a virus every now and then. It was wild, yo. It was wild times, but
Wild West internet.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's your shot, man.
You gotta have good internet.
Yeah. So it's a difference as far as like the word of mouth, watching the TV shows, the magazines, all that kind of stuff, right?
Man, it ain't no TV like that no more.
Yeah.
Like, not really.
Nobody really got cable no more. It's
all internet.
Yeah, everything is an internet based.
Yeah, streaming.
Yeah.
Well,
So do y'all miss them TV shows like 106 and Park and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, because it's about.
them the good old days. I don't know if it would work today, but
Yeah, I think back then, you know, because, you know, the family was around family when you watch that stuff. So
You said what now?
you was around family when you watch that stuff. So like, now,
Yeah. Well, like you said, a lot of times the album would drop and you had that one single and you watch it. Like I remember when Triumph dropped, Wu-Tang.
yeah.
Well, I watched that video every time it came on.
Yep.
Like every time, I was like, man, I gotta go buy that album. Like for real, it was crazy. And another thing I didn't touch on, but I did a little bit. I remember when they had a store here in Fayetteville called Paradise.
Paradise Records.
Yup,
I
Paradise.
knew what you was about to say.
And they used to drop albums.
They had a midnight.
Midnight sale. It was
Yep.
something big that a lot of people wanted.
Yep.
You be out there, you buy the album at midnight, you go in the parking
That
lot.
should be packed.
You go in your parking lot, pop it in the car, and you just be out there jamming, just listening to it with everybody. That was the shit right there. You don't know nothing about that. But
Yeah.
that was, you can't get stuff like that back. Like, that's never going to come back.
That's
that
never
was
gonna come back.
That was some good.
That was
that
a special time.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, this don't even just apply to rap. This is really any type of music. But I mean, that was some good times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then if you didn't get it for the midnight sale, you was asked out because them albums sold out.
Yeah, they did. They
You know
did.
what I'm saying? So you was out of the loop for like the next week or two because everybody was listening to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are some good times.
Mm-hmm.